The video will talk about the famous criminal of the world in 1949 to 1993. His name is Pablo Escobar. He was the greatest cocaine godfather in Colombia of the world. This video will tell you about the story of him and why does the police want to arrest him most. The story of Pablo Escobar. He was a Colombian drug lord and narco-terrorism. He was often called the king of cocaine. He is the son of farmer and teacher, began his life of crime while still a teenager. He began to engage in criminal activity involving the sale of contraband, cigarettes, and fake lottery tickets, and also participated in motor vehicle theft. In the 1970s, he began to work for various contraband smugglers, often kidnapping and holding people for ransom before beginning to distribute powder cocaine himself, as well as establishing the first smuggling routes into the United States. To talk about his mother, Hermilda is Pablo's mother. She is a teacher. She said, "The day if you make something badly, do it reasonable. The world judge who that clever, not a fool." It was her teaching since he was a child, and that influenced his life. Two sentences that can reflect the personality of Pablo Escobar. The sentence come from the age of young. He said when he was 20 years old, "Within 5 years from now on, if I still can earn millions, I will shoot myself." Another sentence, while politicians of Colombia recognized the dangers of the heroin, and literally to catch him sent him to the United States, he said, "I will be dead in Colombia better as a prisoner in the prison of America and ready to declare war." And the government tried to beat him in a corner, Escobar adhering to his speech until the last minutes of his life. His infiltration to the drug market of the U.S. expanded exponentially due to the rising demand for cocaine. And by the 1980s, it was estimated that 70 to 80 tons of cocaine were being shipped from Colombia to the U.S. monthly. His drug network was commonly known as the Medellin cartel, which often competed with rival cartels domestically and abroad, resulting in massacre and the murders of police officers, judges, locals, and prominent politicians. He is the wealthiest criminal in history, with an estimated net worth of between $25 and $30 billion by the early 1990s, making him one of the richest men in the world in his prime. As Escobar's fortune and fame grew, he dreamed to be seen as a leader. In some ways, he positioned himself as a Robin Hood-like figure, which was echoed by many locals as he spent money to expand social programs for the poor. As a young man, Pablo Escobar told friends and family that he wanted to become president of Colombia. Yet as he saw it, his path to wealth and legitimacy lay in crime. In 1982, Escobar was elected as an alternate member of Colombia's Congress, but the reason for his wealth could not stay hidden. And 2 years later, his election, he was forced to resign. In 1991, Pablo made an agreement with the Colombian government to allow him to be imprisoned. But he chose the place be himself, which is prison that he created. Because of the Colombian government must allow him to build his own prison, because a drug war broke out in the Colombia, with 10,000 of the deaths which is the plan of him that wants to squeeze the government to follow his plan, and his plan has worked very well. He was dead in 2 December 1993, one day after the age of 44 years. He is in dirty and gross. He with Juan Pablo, his son, at this cabin in Medellin. He was talking on phone, but the conversation only briefly, before being fired bullet into the hand. He trying to climb out the window to escape up on the roof. But he can't. The bullet at a firefight followed several shots until it collapsed. On the floor, the roof near the foot of Hunter half-body of former mafia stretches to sleep. Look like a picture of the fate of animals that hunt by the hunter is successful.